Friends and neighbors, hello! Happy to have you here as always. Thank you for clicking on the video and taking the time to watch what I have to offer. If you are new to the channel, I bid you welcome, of course, and if you are a returning viewer, I bid you welcome back. It is always good to have you here. So, recently, last weekend, actually, as I'm recording this, it was last weekend, we had Rhode Island Comic-Con come to Rhode Island. One of our favorite events to go to here in the household. There's a lot to see, there's a lot to do, and quite frankly, there is a lot to spend money on. There are vendors all over the place, as I'm sure you can imagine, of all different sorts of goods that I'm sure you can imagine as well. There are people that sell toys and collectibles, and of course comics, which is how the whole thing got started. Usually, in years past, I usually don't buy anything for myself. I've stuck to getting photos with some of the celebrities. I don't really buy anything for myself. This year, I made an exception, or I was planning on making an exception, because as you can see behind me, I have empty shelf space. I want to start filling it up again with some goodies. I was not going to spend money willy-nilly. Yes, that is a term that some people still use. I'm showing my age a bit, maybe. No, I wasn't going to spend money for the sake of spending it. I intended, if I found something that caught my eye, I was going to, depending on the cost, I was going to buy it. And I did find something that caught my eye. If you've watched my channel long enough, you know that I am a Transformers fan. I will actually leave a thumbnail link at the end of this video for a couple of my Transformer unboxings. If you haven't seen them, I invite you to check them out. However, at Comic-Con, I found this guy. If you are of a certain age, I'm sure you remember Generation 1 of Transformers. One of the lineups they did was the Headmasters. This was actually a Transformer Headmaster that I had when I was a kid. I don't know what happened to it. It's gone the way of the four winds, as childhood stuff sometimes does. I saw a vendor selling this, and I wanted to pick it up. Now, one thing that I did ask the vendor for clarification was if this was a reissue, or if it was, if it was like an original, And he was up front, he did confirm that this was a reissue, it was not an original, which quite frankly would explain the price being so darn reasonable. I do have, the Transformers that I do have, they are originals, especially like the original lineup. If I have the opportunity, like Soundwave, Jetfire, the cassettes, and whatever. Those are all the original line, not reissues. Certain lineups, though, like these guys, I'm not as hung up with making sure that they're the originals. As a matter of fact, I might seek out more of these and others in the lineup of Generation 1 to have them for the fun of having them. If I have the opportunity to get like Optimus Prime or Megatron, like the original lineup, those I would go for, the original toys and not the reissues. Stuff like this, though, I don't mind as much. I'm not an extreme collector. I'm not hung up. I am going to unbox this, so if any collectors out there watching, you've been warned. Yes, I'm going to unbox it. Yes, I am. That's the whole point of this video. That's why you're watching. And hopefully this is decent and I didn't get hosed. All right. Okay. So we have here, this will be interesting because I haven't unboxed a reissue before. We've got the instructions, which are printed on a different kind of paper than what I'm used to. We've got, for accessories, this is what we got in the box, just to show you. One thing I'm noticing right away is that there is only one rifle here. This is a little bit of a different look than what I'm used to. You can just kind of see on the box what the rifle looks like. Not quite the same. Which is not a problem. I'm just pointing it out. The figure, if I can get him out, hold on. Okay, so I'm seeing in here the plastic ties have already been cut. And I'm wondering if the vendor did that. I did notice the box wasn't taped shut. It was like maybe a street vendor. You know, a guy running his own business. He might have picked this up and he's reselling it. Doesn't look like anything's missing. I will say that. But the other thing that I am noticing is that there's only one gun. I might have mentioned that before, but I apologize if I repeat myself. There's only one of these. I seem to remember there being two originally. Now the thing with the Headmasters is the main robot would change into a vehicle, and this guy was the driver of said vehicle. And I seem to remember this guy, his name is Duros, being a little bit bigger. You can see the back of him. Focus on me, focus on. When I get out of the way, will that do it? Yeah, I think you can tell. There we go. That's what it looks like in the front. Yeah, I seem to remember him. The shape is about the same. I seem to remember him being a little bit bigger, though. Then there is the main tank. I don't see any flaws. This even feels different than what I remember, to be quite honest. By that I mean the material. I'm not sure if all this was hollowed out on the original. So I think what they did was they copied the basic shape, but the construction itself is a little bit different. And I don't really remember the gun swiveling either on the one that I owned. Let's see if I can remember how this transforms. Okay, so that apparently flips down. That's new. The legs go out like that, I think. Maybe? Oh, okay, the body swings out. legs, I gotta hold this in frame. Okay, so the legs rotate. There we go. That's what I'm looking for, the feet. No, that's not what I want to do. Hold on. Ah! Damn it. Let's see how this... Ah! There we go. All right. And then we have his arms. The hands come out like that. I don't remember if this was the exact same way the original would transform. But then it looks like that, and then, so this swings down, and I think it locks into place. Gun comes up as the shoulder cannon. I think like that. Okay, so there's the body. And I am also going to be honest, this guy, I remember the original being taller, to be quite honest. Give him his gun. Yeah, this is most definitely not the same as the original. In a lot of ways. And the face, alright. So this is what the body looks like. Get my face out of the way so you can see that. I'll put him down for a minute. Try to stand him up. And of course with the driver, you flip the legs. And you have his head. And I know, I distinctly remember the head being bigger than that. So, but the trick with the head, and I wonder if this does the same, this panel right here, where the tank, this should flip down. That panel should flip down. It should flip down. It is not flipping down. Ha! Well then. So, alright, for those of you who don't know, okay, well, when he's in tank form, that opens up, the driver goes in there. That's pretty much the same. So we have a scaled down version of Hardhead, and in the original, this panel is supposed to flip down, and when you put the head in, there's a few gauges that are supposed to slide up to indicate like strength, power, intelligence, stuff like that. Similar to the back of the Transformers box, the stat sheet. A few of the stats are supposed to be here. And when you put the head in, it's supposed to reveal some of those stats. But that panel does not slide down. And this head is not a smooth fit into Okay, although, I just noticed one thing, which is somewhat cool. The head turns. That's kind of cool. I will admit that. But this is most definitely not, very much not that close in a lot of ways to the original hardhead. So, yeah, I remember this guy being a lot bigger, to be quite honest. But I do not regret the purchase. It was only 40 bucks. Okay, so it's not like I'm out of a paycheck or anything. But I am going to be honest. This will probably be the last reissue that I buy from Transformers. I think from here on out, I'm going to be hunting the originals. You know, the original toys, not the reissues. I'm going to double check. I'm going to double check before I buy a Transformer in the future. Fortunately, eBay, you know, you can find the original Transformers on there. And of course, Wheeljack's Lab, a website that I bought from before. They specialize in the original run. And they are upfront whether it's original or a reissue. So I think I shall be shopping online for these in the future. I am not buying any more reissues. I don't regret this one, but you know, I thought I was going to pick up like the original specs, just remade with maybe a couple of cosmetic differences. This is really different from what the original is. But I will still put it up on my shelf with the other Transformers I have. And yeah, it'll be that. That's Hardhead, and there's Zeros. So, no regrets, but I'm not going to pick up any more of these in the future, I can tell you that. I prefer the originals. So. But that's going to do it for this video. Again, thank you for watching. Check out those thumbnail links. And like, comment, share, subscribe. You know the deal. Alright? Help the channel grow as much as it can. And until the next video, as always, friends and neighbors, please be good, be well, be safe, and be happy.